Hi, Dr. Vincent. It's AJ Hurst again with the Ortho Guru. I wanted to get this second part covering mostly paid ads out for you. Pardon my voice. I'm a little bit hoarse from a bit of a cold. Hopefully the last one before we come into summer. But here is the presentation for you. So in the last video, we talked mostly about SEO. And you've done a lot of work to get some ranking in SEO. I would really contend that we just need to have a very effective strategy, building on backlinks, improving content, and then improving some of your maps optimization, primarily with like citations that are similar to backlinks. In comparing SEO and pay-per-click, they are both really fantastic methods that are going to work really well for you in 2018 and beyond. Some of the differences would be SEO is kind of a long-term process. It's going to take, 3 to 9 months before you're really seeing much in the way of results. And that's really definitely going to be a function of the competitiveness of the market that you're in. In other words, ranking in Salt Lake City is going to be more competitive and more difficult than ranking in Sandy, just because generally the population, the competitiveness of the other practices in the area that are all going after the same keywords. Because ultimately when you're ranking, you're not just climbing in a vacuum, right? You have to bounce other people down as you take their spots. So it is an investment. It does take time. We're probably looking at starting at a minimum of $1,500 a month to get you where you want to be. Luckily, I don't think that you need to do a whole lot to your website. Just a few little tweaks here and there would really make a big difference. And ultimately, the SEO is going to be worth it. The search volume is there. And if you can be ranking number 1 or even 2 or 3 for some of those high volume keywords, you'll see a lot more traffic to your website, which is ultimately more opportunities for more new patients. What I would like to contrast that with would be the pay-per-click, PPC, or paid ads, which are primarily the ads you're seeing on Facebook in the newsfeed, and AdWords, which is Google's portal for paid ads. The beauty of them is the quick results that you can get. You craft the ad, you pay Google or Facebook, and they are immediately putting your ad right in front of your target audience on their platform. And you can really do some fantastic targeting. With AdWords, it's more based on keywords. With Facebook, it's more based on demographics. But they are both fantastic platforms to really put your billboard, if you will, your offer right in front of who you want, when you want, and how you want them to see it. You contrast that with a traditional billboard and you put that up on a road and you really have no control. But with paid ads, you have really great control over who sees it, and you want to feed that to your ideal client. The goal of paid ads, let's just clarify this, is to get patients now and patients later. With patients now, you want to be getting the best results that you can, which is engagement. You want to get a lead, a patient lead, and you want to get that at the lowest cost possible, so that your marketing dollars will stretch further and you can get more for your money and get a better return on your investment. A lead would be getting a name, email, and phone number from a potential patient, or a direct phone call to your office. I hope that was clear. And then as well, paid ads can really be a great way of building a list that you can be remarketing to down the road. Orthodontics especially can be a bit of a long sales cycle because people may just not be ready to buy when they first come and visit you. You may have to nurture that relationship for 3, 6, 9, 12 months. But if you can be the first orthodontist that they're thinking of, they'll be the first orthodontist they visit when they are ready to make a buying decision. Some of the keys to paid ad success that I have found just kind of across the board is don't do what everyone else is doing. Many people are wasting a lot of money in both Google and Facebook, which is one of the reasons that those are very wealthy companies. You need to go after the very best methods that you can. Otherwise, you will get lost in just the massive platforms that they are, and you will end up putting your offer in front of people who have no inclination to actually act on it. You want to eliminate that the best you can and give your ads the very best chance of conversion as possible. And that's where we come in, is to really, again, it's not always in what you do, it's in how you do it. And we seek to have the very best methods possible. You need to develop a compelling offer, something that is irresistible, that cuts through all the distractions that are all through the internet. I mean, the internet is a distraction. You need to craft an irresistible offer that compels people to engage with it and become a new patient. You need to have a dedicated landing page. So if you are generating paid ad traffic, never send it to your primary website. 99.9% of the time. Now, your website's pretty good and it might actually have a decent conversion rate. However, you're always going to see better conversion rates running it to a dedicated one-page landing site that is highly relevant to the offer that they initially clicked on, and it doesn't give them a whole bunch of options. There's not learn about us, learn about our services, learn about how much we love the community, join our rewards program, download a new patient form. You cut all of that out and you give them one option, maybe two. Call us now or schedule an appointment. That's it. Just the two options. You funnel them down into that. And when you just present that minimal of options to people, you have a much higher conversion rate. Then when you're optimizing your ad campaigns, you need to let the data dictate your optimization. And let me speak to that just real briefly. You said that you wanted to increase the effectiveness of your sales conversions. And really with paid ads and all digital marketing, that's going to be done by tracking and measuring the effectiveness of what you're doing. So if you're doing SEO and you're driving people to your website, you need to have a way to track how much traffic you're getting. You need to be able to track what people are doing on your website, and then ultimately track them through to see how many of them are actually becoming new patients. It's the same with paid ads. With any advertising, you need to, and paid ads are fantastic. The digital world is wonderful for being able to track, because we can see who sees our ad, we can see who clicks on it, we can see who calls from it, and then you can track them and see how many of them are actually becoming a new patient per dollar spent of your marketing. Does that make sense? So you ultimately come up with a cost to acquire a patient, and you can know that pretty accurately if you're tracking it well. And we really make sure that we're tracking every step well, and we let that data dictate how we optimize and change and tweak our campaigns for ongoing improvement. With Facebook, one of the great ways that I am seeing to gain new patients is with Facebook lead ads. And that's where you are keeping them on Facebook. You don't even take them to that landing page I was talking about. When they click on an ad, there's just a form that comes up, has a lot of their information already filled out. All they have to do is hit submit. That goes to you, and you can immediately follow up with them. High conversion rates because it's simple, it's fast, and it's easy. As well with Facebook, I put that pay to play there just to remind you that Facebook has really limited the organic reach of businesses to about 10% or so, pardon my voice again, about 10% of your followers. So if you make a post on Facebook, only about 10% of the 1,000 or so people that have liked your page are even going to see that. And even then, that's just going to be people who already know you, who have already liked your page. How much better if you can look at your entire population and specify exactly the demographics and the type of people who are going to be most likely to respond to your offer. That's what Facebook allows you to do. It's a massive platform with all kinds of power behind it with the information that they have. It's a really good value for your marketing dollars. And as well, that tracking and retargeting I was speaking about, you can continually optimize your campaign. When people interact with your ad, you say, Facebook, find me more people that are just like this because this person became a new patient. Find me people with the same characteristics and behaviors because they are more likely to become patients and engage with my ads. This is a very complicated slide, so I've highlighted the important parts. What I want it to show is that AdWords needs to be done properly, or you are going to spend a lot more money than you have to. So the ad rank, so where you show up in those top 4 spots of AdWords on page 1 of Google, is going to be a function of your max cost per click, the CPC, what you're willing to bid, what you're willing to pay for a click, plus or multiplied by your quality score. So in other words, the better quality your ad is, the less you have to pay for the same exposure. Does that make sense? And what determines the quality, according to Google, is relevance. They want to serve up ads that are highly relevant to their search customers, so they are serving their customers the best. The most important factor for that relevance is going to be click-through rate. In other words, the amount of people clicking on your ad versus how many people overall who are seeing it. The higher your rate of click-through, the more relevant your ads must be to the customers, and so Google will reward you with paying less for the same exposure. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let me show you a little bit deeper. Most advertisers group their keywords. So they will have all the keywords that you see here on the screen, plus dozens, if not hundreds more. They will group all of those into just a few ad groups, and any one of those keywords may trigger that whole main ad that is being seen. So, braces, Invisalign, adult braces, kids braces, they're all going to trigger seeing the same ad, even though those are pretty varying search terms. People have different intent and are looking for different results depending on what they're searching for. Here's what we do. We use what's called a one-to-one method, which produces the top 1% performance. We take all those same keywords because they're valid and good keywords, but we put them, every one of them gets their own ad group so that it's highly relevant to what people are searching for and what the solutions they're looking for. So we can serve up ads that are very relevant to their search term, which increases our click-through rate and our quality score, so we pay far less than everybody else. Again, the goal of paid ads is to get patients now, but to get them at the lowest cost to acquire. Okay? That's kind of the metric that we're looking at, getting patients at the lowest cost. And then down the road is filling your pipeline of patients. Here's what I would propose. Your SEO, we can definitely work on that and improve that. It is going to take some time. I'm totally fine with that. It's just the game that you have to play. What I would like to propose to you is maybe in the meantime, doing some paid ads so that it gives you the budget to work on the SEO. Does that make sense? You get a quick return on your investment, and then you can reinvest that into your SEO for more of a long-term game as well. Or you just double down on both of them and grow that much faster. The cost for the trial, I like to call it the name your own price. What I mean by that is the profit from one patient is generally going to be around $2,000. That's kind of what I've seen in the industry. If you will give me that budget, $2,000, I will take 3 weeks and I will get you as many leads as I can. You should get minimum 25 leads. Generally, you're probably going to look at 30 to 40 leads. You should be able to convert at least one of those to a new patient, thereby making your money back. You will convert more than one to a new patient, so you will get a good return on your investment. But the bar is set pretty low that you only need one converted to at least break even. This allows you to try out my services, see what it's like to work with me, make sure I can fulfill what I promise. It allows me to see two things. It lets me test the market and see what ads and what platforms are going to convert the best. It also allows me to see what it's like to work with you, because I like to consider this a partnership where we are both working and doing our best from our different expertise to grow your business as best we can. So that's what I propose, is a short 3-week trial for $2,000. You should get 30 to 40 leads. I'll guarantee at least 25 leads. And at the end of the 3 weeks, we'll look at the data. We'll see how it's turned out for you. And if it's a good fit for both of us, we can continue and determine a budget. Then we'll have a better idea of what it takes, what the cost is to acquire a new patient. We can see how many new patients you want each month, and then we can derive a budget from that. So I'll leave you with this. What will it take for you to look back 3 months from now and be glad we worked together? I really want you to think about that and kind of clarify that in your brain of what are the goals that you have. What can I do to provide the most value, the best ROI for you? Because that's my goal, is to provide a great ROI in both finances and otherwise, just in the growth of your business and in taking the burden of marketing off of you and providing you a way to grow your business and scale it effectively. So the next step would be to just respond to the email or schedule a call. There's a link for you to schedule directly in my calendar. I look forward to talking to you more. You have a great weekend. Talk to you later.